lecture 11 of the Conviv Design series. I am going to be continuing from lecture 10 quite intentionally. So I've got the same ideas on the blackboard as lecture 10, except I've made some amendments because I wanted to add a few more layers to what I've been sharing, and also just actually make a couple of corrections even on the things that I was saying. And that's a really important part of this nuanced space that we're moving into of the third, because it's not black and white. So the fact that I listened back to the lecture and I was like, oh, I didn't say that, and oh, I said that, but I didn't say this, and I want to correct it. And then a huge concept came up that's been with me for over a decade, and that is the concept of safe to fail. So I didn't land it. Like lecture 10, it was good, but I had more to say, and that's okay. I'm not, the world's not ending. And that's the beautiful thing, is that when we're working in third space and the third and in nuance and in resilient communities that are alive systems, well, we have to trial and we have to enter into life, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work, and we just have to keep going. So here I have this whole way that I kept referring to in the lecture 10. And now for lecture 11, I've introduced this concept of it's safe to fail. It's actually good to fail. And I don't know, it's not even the right term. Like, it's safe to just experiment, trial and error, and keep going. And that's a really important aspect of this third lecture. And so we started with 5 points, and now we've got 7. And also, of course, like, this is a hilarious one, and a lot of you will know this. I was referring, because I'd just been intuitively putting it down on the blackboard, what I wanted to share for lecture 10, okay? And I forgot that the third, of course, is Jung. And I've written essays about Jung and the third. And I also am very interested in the urban design concept of third spaces. And I was referring to the third as this urban design concept, and it's actually the third, technically, is Jung. And he's talking about this same idea of non-binary, black and white way of seeing things. Life is just not that way. It's nuanced. And that's where there's the word that comes to mind is the estuary. That's the fertile edge, the estuary, where creativity and beautiful things happen, is this third. And it's alive and fertile. And in that space, you kind of, you could say it's, you can't go wrong. I wasn't wrong. I'm amending it today. All is well. So I just want to share that principle with you, that's sort of the space that we're moving into. And I'm aware that, of course, like in the academic space, if someone in the academic space heard me, and they'd be like in the mind and critiquing me, oh, she didn't say this, and oh, she didn't say that. We need to drop into the heart and go, yeah, that's what it is. And then the major principles of what I'm actually saying and sharing are nuance. So we don't react and get into this engineered, cornered off, binary or adversarial. This is where the politics and academic The garden just does not work in that way. Like the farm, a resilient ecological system, is not cornering itself off in in silos and having arguments all the time. It's kind of the mycelium works in a different way, and that's the philosophical standpoint that I'm bringing forth. And so we get to the second amendment of my lecture 10, and that is at the end of lecture 10, I said I was offering my services. So I was offering, I'm very practical, like I farm and I've been working in community development for 20 years. So I work with people on the ground and I co-design projects and I'm project manager. But I also, let's get this one. I said, I can also bring high level philosophy, but life systems design, right? So yeah, sure, I've done a PhD, but the words I chose were to me, it didn't sit well. I was like, it's not high level philosophy. I'm on the farm. If you look at my shorts, I'm getting attacked by plovers. I'm digging plants in the ground. I'm talking to chickens. I'm packing food boxes, and that's philosophical. That's everyday life. That's my philosophy. And so a really funny thing came up that from the food communities lecture, the little man, the little man came up again, and he's tilling in the soil. And this is the philosophy. It's not high-level philosophy. My philosophy is practice-based life systems design and life systems philosophy. I'm in it. I'm immersed in it. And that's what it is. And so I just want to offer that up also, that it's this, you don't have to have an analysis paralysis of this philosophy. I think everyone should have ecological training in heart, head, hands, holistic living systems philosophy. And the best place to learn ecological philosophy or life systems philosophy is on the farm, I can tell you. Well, that's how I've learned it. By farming, through permaculture initially and then through biodynamics. This is where I would argue, this is sophistication. This is a sophisticated philosophy, but I'm hanging out with chickens and the turkey and the ducks and the plants. And I can hear there's crickets outside. Can you hear? And so they're in shamanism, and the possum's in the roof. And in shamanism, the cricket, the bugs are symbolism of support. And they're all around us. Like we are life, and life is all around us. And so my amendment, can you see here, philosophy, I intentionally put philosophy not up in high level area here. I put this philosophy amendment to lecture 10 down here, and there's little roots coming in there for philosophy. And also, as I shared in lecture 1, when I defined economics derives from oikos, and oikos means managing the household. It's an ancient Greek term. And the similar idea with philosophy, it's an everyday way. And we've somehow, through, unfortunately, academia and this mechanistic design, this department, that department, it's all been segregated, and it all needs to come back together again. So yes, policymakers out there, my policymaking buddies all around the world, we can also do philosophy, and we can also do service provision. We can shift policy in local food systems to growing carrots and tomatoes and distributing them, and use our resources in a really way that's applied economics, which is getting back to that idea of oikos. And that's my lecture for today, an amendment for lecture 11. I've opened up comments. Please like and subscribe, share your ideas, and it's a really pleasure to be doing this. And I'm really honoured to be here and sharing with you. And yeah, we'll see you for lecture 12 and convive.